Welcome to episode 2 of Baked Baking with Shannon. This is like my third take because I can't talk right this morning. It's Christmas Eve. I have on my festive red top, nice little green skirt, and today we're going to start off making some oatmeal raisin cookies. Raisins is kind of boring, so we're going to switch it up with some cranberries, some walnuts, and some dark chocolate chips. I've already gone ahead and put those through a food processor just to kind of break them up into like irregular sized chunks. You don't want giant like pieces of things. Anyhow, let's get into the ingredients list. So for this, you're going to need 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, 2/3 a cup of packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup of butter or margarine softened. We don't use margarine. That's disgusting. Don't use margarine. Don't use margarine. Butter, all the way, always. A 1/2 cup of shortening, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 large eggs, 3 cups of quick cooking or old-fashioned oats, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and 1 cup of raisins. But again, we're substituting that 1 cup of raisins with 1/3 cup of dark chocolate chip cookies, 1/3 cup of dried cranberries, and 1/3 cup of chopped walnuts. And those have again all been put through a food processor to kind of break them up a little bit more. I need a drink of water. Pardon me, please. Anyhow, over in our mixer here, we already have the butter and the shortening and the vanilla all hanging out together. And so the recipe then says, once you have all your ingredients together, you're going to want to heat the oven to 375, which we just hit. And in a large bowl, you're going to beat all the ingredients together, except for the oats and the flour and the raisins. You're going to do that with an electric mixer on medium speed or mix with a spoon. I'm not mixing it with a spoon. That's going to get really difficult. So, let's go ahead and get going. We have our eggs here. So let's go ahead and pour some eggs in. Plop, plop. Make sure it's locked, plugged in. Get a little spatula. This contraption looks nice, but like the second you touch it, it just falls off the lip of the bowl. You've got to like tape it in place, and we're not doing that. So yeah, we got our butter, and we have our shortening kind of mixed up a bit. And so we're going to go ahead and add some sugar here in a second. Okay, let's go ahead and cream that all together real good. And then we'll add in our floof powders, our salt, and baking soda. Yeah, baking soda, baking powder, salt. Woohoo! Then we're going to do the mixing bowl dance. And we're going to pause, and we're going to do a little bit of the show's namesake. Okay, so I increased the speed to like, again, medium. As the directions said, you only need a couple minutes until the butter is nice and smooth and I don't know, it looks creamy. That's what creamed together kind of means, I suppose. So we're going to go ahead and turn the speed way down and add in our floof powders. And then we're going to slowly add in our oats and flours. Scrape the walls a little bit. There. And we'll give it another good mixing. And then I'll show you what the dough looks like. This does not require any refrigeration. So, once we're good to go, we're going to get our baking station set up here. And we're going to start getting some dough in the oven. Yeah, actually, that looks perfect. Let me get the rest off of this over there. Off of this over there. Wow, that made no sense what I just said. So let's clean the beater up. The mixer, the beater, I don't know, whatever the heck you want to call it. Alright. Cool. Pop that in some water, some hot soapy water, because doing the dishes and having to scrub shit sucks. Okay. Yeah, let me get some of this on a thing, and I'll come over there and show you like what the batter's supposed to look like. Okay, so this is kind of like what you're going for. It's delicious, by the way. Okay, we have our baking station set up here. Baking sheet with parchment paper, because again, cleanup sucks. Cooling racks, and behind me I have my kitty cat scooting around a ball of wrapping paper. It's her first Christmas with me, and she's having a really fun time. And I'm having a fun time with it. Okay, so we have our dough, and we're going to go ahead and get rounded tablespoonfuls and plop it on our cookie sheet about 2 inches apart. So yeah, this is my first year with my girl cat, and it's also the first Christmas with my little boy cat. And so one thing I did was, there's a service here in DC where you can get like a Christmas tree delivered. So like, I moved to a city that has great public transportation. I don't need a car. I can take the subway anywhere. I can take my e-bike anywhere, and it's super easy. I live like almost next to a car rental place, so like yeah, it's like I said, it's super easy to get around. And so yeah, this is kind of going to be a new holiday tradition, I think. You know, because people come and go in your life, and to base traditions around the presence and company of other people, I have found to be a folly. So yeah, this is going to be my new tradition, where, you know, we get some presents for the cats. We give them a couple wrapping paper balls to go play around with. And we bake some cookies to go give out in the building. Or in my case, I'm going to head down to a protest down at the train station and see if the veteran fellas are there today. And if they are, I'm going to give them some cookies, because I appreciate what they're doing, what they're fighting for, currently and in the past. Yeah. Anyhow, we almost have this sheet prepped up, and once we do, we're going to pop it in the oven for 9 to 11 minutes. This recipe is also from a Betty Crocker cookbook. So yeah, just a tidbit of the source. Okay, so that's staggered definitely a bit better. Let's pop all that in there. And let's go ahead and get these in the oven. And yeah. Hi, watch out. Good kid. Alright, I'll see you back here in 9 minutes. Probably 10.